go out, walk to the store. So I'm like thinking about, well, letting my mind do what it's gonna do. And it's just like thinking about all of the shit that I done gone through, the different things that I done said, the various perceptions that it can be taken under. My mind is always thinking about now how to like monetize this shit because you gotta be kidding me. I gotta be making some money somehow. Cause ain't no way in the world I'm supposed to just be here right now, even though I'm here right now. And a part of me is like, it is what it is, cause that's the truth. Like, shit, this is where I'm at. Like, all the choices, whatever has happened, like, this is where the fuck I'm at, and whatever is happening in any realm, like, this is where I'm at. Taking all types of inventory and like all types of stuff, right? So anyway, this particular moment, I was sitting up there and I'm just like, damn, like I through this lady really be like peeping into my window. What the hell? Um, let me see what happened if cause that'd be a little weird to me. Like, what I think that's like, I don't know. Anywho, just roll that down a little bit. I was thinking like what came through my mind was just how I want to do this thing where I really feel like I want my own app, like really, really for real. Cause then it's so many things that I want to do, and I feel like I should just do them on my app, like people paying. And then it's like there's all these other apps out here, and I really don't know how to finagle and manage most of them for real. Like, I don't know what to do with these shits. I got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is X, but to me, like, it's still Twitter. Like, I guess it's the same format. And fan base. So I said I was gonna go on fan base, and then like I got one of my lives cut, and that shit really reminded me of like being on Instagram or something. Anyway, like I'm like, was I talking too much? I'm still being censored. Is that what's happening? Like, I don't really know how to take a lot of stuff. So, like, well, then, shit, if I'm gonna be censored, I'm gonna go over here. So, I wasn't really sure, like, what that meant, or, like, well, maybe they trying to figure some stuff. I don't know. So, I was just like, well, if that's what's gonna happen, I could just keep the same shit. Like, maybe my team is trying to guide me. My spiritual time, God is trying to guide me to whatever platforms and whatever it's gonna take off. It's gonna take off if it's gonna take off. Like, because like, hey, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm supposed to be having a whole bunch of money. Like, I want to really sue the United States government for multiple things. Like, shit, I feel like they definitely need to get sued for treason. And the way that they don't take care of our veterans, experimentation, like the way they do foster kids, experimentate, like all kind of shit. Like, since you want to be responsible, nigga, let's make you responsible. And I'm like, I want to stand up in my full heritage of a native original of this damn land. And like, this shit belongs to me and other natives, like wherever we've gone. And if we want to get real theoretical, we want to get real really, really, really down there, like we can trace the bow if y'all want to keep whatever storyline we want to be called. Because in what I got going through me, this ancestors and spirits that's coming through me, they want out of all of this shit, like, and just want to bring everybody to accountability. It's a lot of shit that I be wanting to say, and I'm just like, I don't always know how to articulate it, how to get it out, how to, and then it just be like so much kind of responsibility sometimes. Like if I just said the shit, if I just said it, and then it come be bringing me back to like as much as we say we free in this country, like man, what? What? Because so many people throw so much shit on you from so young. Like, are you ever really free? Because as long as you attach to somebody or something, you got to carry they shit, right? Like, depending on how free they are, depending on what they shit is, like from young, from babies, we just, yeah. And even if I've had my contribution around here, like screaming and doing the stuff that I do to release the energy out in the air, because we live so close together. Like, of course, I ain't never meaning to harm no body, baby, and I usually try to be real careful when they in my vicinity. And also, like, all I'm doing is speaking truth, speaking facts, speaking words. And if they got some questions, then it should be answered. Just so it'd be like so many different perspectives. Because in one part of me, I'm feeling like I'm so responsible for so many things because like I have so much information, and also because I'm aware that I think totally different than a lot of people. And it's like I was having this moment last night where I might have been asleep or in really deep meditation, and it was just like having a conversation because I've been having a lot of conversations with Lyric these days. Is that, but like it's been Lyric these last couple days or whatever. Like how she just threw my words back at me and threw some stuff at me and coming out and like, hey, like just like you was fighting for me, I was fighting for you because I've been with you too. Like I know the stuff that we've been through, and I know the stuff that was set up for us, however we want to look at it. And I know the things that was done to us before you even registered. And some choices that you made because of some situations, like you made choices. However it was, you made the choice for you in the best moment that you knew had the capacity. And even if you knew some stuff, you didn't know other stuff. And like, yeah, we all have to pay for it for other stuff that like, damn, you didn't really get to start making your choices. But even in that, like I saw the choices that you wanted to make and the sacrifices that you was gonna make and everything else that you was gonna do all the way back then that you may not even understand or know that was just instinct for you the moment that you found out you was pregnant. Because I've had moments where wondering like if the fact that I even wondered, even if it was for a moment, that like if I wanted to keep my daughter, like, and I went down the road of abortion before it was even presented to me at the doctor, and immediately I was kind of like, not really, no, it could still be an option. Let me talk to her, let me see where he gonna be at, like, because it was still open for discussion, like, let me see how you gonna act. And which is why we had the conversation, put everything out into the world, period. Like, whatever it is, I already know that this is how we've been maneuvering in my perspective and my reality. So let's see if we lined up. And like I'm gonna tell you everything right here. We ain't really gotta go no further. Like, I mean, we could just say what we want to do, and then I can leave off the bed and figure it out. And he was just like, I ain't about to tell you what to do with your body. Like, no, absolutely not. I'm never going to do that. And that was one of the dopest things that kind of came out of like I needed that, and he made some choices along the way. Whatever was his backstory was, like he made some choices and things went way quicker than us, way farther than us. Like what people, most people get the experience. However they get the experience, our experience was totally different. And it was the first for me, and I'm assuming it could have been the first for him as a man. Like it, going to the doctor and my doctor telling me all kind of stuff is wrong and whatever, like with my damn baby and my part and the way he did it and me having to translate it to this man, like, and what that was doing in the middle of still being like we still gonna do these DNA tests and everything because I'm trying to process all this, like, and I told you something back then and I'm gonna stick to it, like regardless of what is happening, like I'm gonna have to do this the best of my ability, and even understanding the choices that he made, even though they still hurt me. Like I had a lot of compassion for whatever he was saying, however he was saying it. And also I still had to take my stuff into consideration. Like I understand that you got your situation and your mama and your brother is telling me that, like, your mama is telling me this stuff and your brother is telling me this, trying to balance it out, and you not really saying nothing. But in that, I mean, you saying something because I'm over here and I'm by myself and I got whatever assistance that anybody is trying to offer me the best that they can, and I still got to filter through it and do like what I feel is convenient or what is not. And I had to make a whole lot of choices for me and my baby, essentially alone, which I guess as a woman, maybe you are alone either way it go in it, especially like depending on where you at. I don't know, because at the end of the day, when they do say mama's baby, daddy's maybe, I fucking hate that saying. Like, don't say that to me. It really shouldn't be an option. And like, for me, I've been wanting it to be from the very beginning that I found out that I'm not pregnant. It's not really a deal. It's not really a big deal. And being aware that if it do need to be a deal, because if I didn't see it coming, then like, all right, I need to know my options. I need to know what I'm gonna be capable of, what I'm gonna want to go, what I might want to put myself through, what I might not want to put myself through. Abortion is always an option out there. Now, to what extent do I want to make it an option for me? And don't know nigga actually should be able to have nothing to say about that, man, nigga, whatever you want to call them. Like, because if you don't want those decisions to be a part of my reality, then over here it should be some things that are set in place so that's not a reality for me. And that's not even trying to not take your feelings into consideration, because it's like fortunately or unfortunately, when it comes to a woman's body and my emotions and my mentality and my heart and like many other things, when it comes here, there's gonna be a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to take into consideration. And that also depends on how bad that being also wants to be on this side of the reality, and how much like your ancestors really want to come through my bloodline, and how much my bloodline really wants that to come through, or how much it has to fight, and how many beings on the interior and the exterior and the spiritual and the physical realm is going to fight to keep that being from existing, whether because of how powerful it could be, whether how powerful we could be, or whatever. And like, shit, there's some things that souls have to go through to get here, especially depending on where they coming from. Because as we definitely seeing, like, we be coming from some stuff, and depending on like the level that you even have to comprehend or even translate some of the things that I'm going through, and the level of compassion and understanding or empathy that you could have for anything that I may be experiencing or even understanding, because all of it is just coming through me. Like, and there's moments where I'm like, damn, I'm like, it's some ancestors and some of my spiritual team that be coming through like, baby girl, I need you to understand that like everything that you doing is powerful. However the message is coming through to you, however you feel it, because sometimes however I feel to somebody, however people can even respond or resonate or even articulate, because I feel so alone in so many ways. And I'm like, all right, like, it's not what I want it to be. And if it's what it is, because to do anything else outside of this feels so like misguided and under, like, I don't even know where to go from here. I don't know if anybody could be, I just don't know. And this is what it is. Like, I didn't get no damn, I don't really feel like I gotta prepare for this exam, this test, this anything that is happening. So like, I'm like, all right, I'm showing up. It's another day for this exam. Like, I ain't even know. Oh, we taking an exam on life. All right. So some of the stuff that I was throwing out back there, that like I was assigning music and emotions and stuff too, like it's coming out. How it was what it was. Like, and I can't even really tell you, because when something flowed through me, it got to come out. And if that's the vehicle that is telling me that it need to come out through, then that's usually what I do. What I do. And sometimes it be over here, and I'm just like, I got this image, I got this video, I got this message that I want to get across, and like, okay, it's like this words like sounds so good with that beat and with that, and like, yeah, and this over here. Oh, and if I can kind of blend them together, and sometimes like, this is the music that I have available to me, this is the medium, these are the pictures, these are the words, this is whatever, this is what I have at my disposal, in my arsenal, to get like whatever message is coming through my bones, whatever message is resonating through me, like whatever is trying to come out and speak through me, whatever wants to use me as a channel, like whatever is happening, whatever I'm sitting in here, I've been sitting, and whatever I'm feeling, whatever breeze blew across me today, like in this moment, but just probably really just been marinating for real, and I'm feeling it, and I'm just like, okay, So like I'm quite aware that there are things that I said way back then that probably resonated with somebody, that rung a bell for somebody, that did something to somebody, that's just been like causing all types of moments, not just through me, but through anything that may have been attached to me, through my bloodline, through other people's stuff, through people that I don't even know. And then like all of that, and then in tarot, because at the end of the day, like, I was introduced to tarot at a very young age, and not even understanding for real the full spectrum of power that was to be like still tapped into tarot, or as I was going through like some of the most traumatizing Christian things that literally was symbology for what was in a book, and like literally walking in the footsteps of many people throughout that Bible, and throughout what we say was our history of our ancestors. Because I said no. I said no. And at some point in time, even if it got beat into me and whatever, like, I knew as a child, as whatever old enough I was, to say no. And I said no to that. That was what I wanted to say no to. And that scared me. Like, there was a lot of things that I don't know if they scared me or not. Like, I bucked up at them just like they bucked up at me. I don't necessarily know if I recall fear. Like, I mean, I have usually when it's like tapped into like spiritual stuff. Like, it was some things that I was started seeing as a young kid, as younger. It was some beings that I started seeing that was like from this, like, okay, I don't understand that. What the fuck is that? Like, you look like that, and I don't even know what that energy is. And like, I don't know if I'm all the way afraid of you, like, energetically, or because you just startled me, or like, what the fuck is happening? Because like, what is you really doing outside of like staring at me for real over there with that damn mask that on that I seen on my TV like years ago? But after, and I ain't really don't know if I watched the movie, but it caught me because it was like, what was it, the payphone or something, like the hang up the call or something I seen where the little boy was getting a phone call from like kidnapped victims or something, like, and he was like in a room, or it was a kidnapped victim that was like talking, channeling through somebody. Like, I saw the preview and I was like, damn, I'm gonna watch that. Like, and that ain't normally nothing that I really want to necessarily watch, but I was like, that might be. But it just was so out of my, like, and it feel like that shit traveled me through the astral realm for a while, just by watching the trailer. That shit was just like, and then like for whatever reason, because I don't even watch a lot of like actual physical TV, it just was like popping up on my socials, which is different because a lot of times the trailer will come through a couple times, and that's just what it is. So like, I was like, all right. And the mask on that, and I think the mask on Saw maybe like was similar to like that being that I remember seeing in my grandmother's basement, like when I was way young. And just like that non-verbal conversation that took place, and even like some of the other spirits that I used to see, like, it got to a point where it was like uncomfortable, but like, and like trying to wonder like exactly how dark that, like how deep in the shadows was I for me to like how far tapped in was I? Because I'm also like coming to a reality, some type of understanding that like we all tapped in. Well, people tapped into different things apparently, and I've come across many gifted beings to some extent, many gifted beings to some extent, and um, I keep getting the message that like, because I'm like, you covered yourself for multiple things. So anytime that you thought that you like, sometimes I might have been interacting with just that person's ancestor or something, like that person's highest being, whether they were whoever they were, like I might have been interacting with them up here or something, and it's just like when the person's sitting in your face, whatever face you get in and whatever face they are and whatever face somebody else may be getting in the same room could all be totally different faces. And I've had experiences of that, but like not really completely understanding what that is, what that could mean, like for me or anybody else. Outside of recognizing that, like, yeah, there's multiple things that can happen for one person, even in the smallest thing. And sometimes it'd be like, okay, we all seeing the same thing. So then what does that mean? And I'm just like, that was probably divine timing. Like, that was a part of all the pieces of the puzzle needing to be together. So, like, in my girl group that I had, we used to always kind of like, well, we had gotten to this habit. I think one of the girls had said to me, one of my girls had said, like, and it might have been Cara at that time, and she was just like, I be sad when there's certain people that don't show up. Like if I put out an invitation, or if I do something, or if I try to do something, or whatever, if I have an expectation for somebody to show up or whatever it is, and like they don't, then I get sad. And she was just like, everybody is always like, it's perfect how it's supposed to be. Like everybody that's supposed to be there is always there. And that really had held on to that, because I was like, all right. And then like no matter what happens, no matter what, I just always look at the people around. It was like, I know it was a lot of people that said they was gonna be here. I know it was a lot of stuff like that I had planned in my mind. I know that like, because I would expected this person to be here and this person to be here and this energy that meant this, and like I had set up something in my mind. And also like this is happening, and like I might be thinking about all the time, extra time that I probably wasted in the kitchen because I made a little bit more of what I was gonna do, that I probably spent at the store because I bought a little bit more than I needed to, that I probably like put on the menu because I was thinking about somebody else's diet outside of mine, or somebody else's taste buds, and like even mine, but like trying to make stuff complimentary for everybody, thinking about like the guys and the girls, and like how I was trying to bridge the gap between my guy friends and my girls, because I heard the guys and I understood that like men needed more men that they could be cool with. Like they might need to expand who they circle is, right? And like I heard a lot of the girls was saying that they wanted guy friends, that like they couldn't really understand how I was able to have so many guy friends, and like they appreciated whatever aspects, and like maybe wondering at about a time that they had a guy friend, and just like, okay, well, I got a bunch of guy friends over here, and I got y'all over here, and like I ain't even trying to hook nobody up. Like everybody grown, y'all can do what y'all want to do. I ain't really trying to play matchmaker like in a romantic sense. I'm just like, let's have fun. And like you got adult men, you got adult women. We all kind of cool. I done brought people together at my house for having dinners, and just like talking. We chill. It's a vibe. And sometimes I guess because my apartment's so small, they come in shifts. I've noticed that sometimes, like, or maybe they come in shifts because like whatever, whenever the energy bring them in, they hear, and like you hear it too. So then it's cool that I made enough. Like the energy can change from like dang and like constantly counting and waiting to just being cool and enjoying everybody that's here. And even though I try to do everything before everybody get here, I think I'm still like a very uh attentive hostess. Like I'm still like, hey, like it's just in me. I don't mind it. It's just, and sometimes I'm sitting back and I'm like, all right, like y'all know the house, y'all know everything. Go get it yourself. Y'all know I ain't got no microwave. So like, hopefully y'all come on time, because I'm usually trying to time it to where everything can be eaten like warm because I do not like cold food. I don't like cold food at all. Not like that. Like if it's a cold dish, it's a cold dish. But if it's supposed to be temperaturely high, I want my food high. I don't want it to be lukewarm. I don't want it to be cold. Like depending on what's on it, you miss some stuff. Like I like hot food. I like my food hot. Um, I mean, I do salads and stuff like, and that's why I started cooking because the more my diet started changing, people was like salad. Excuse me, the fuck I look like? I look like a no. I am a whole being. I ain't no damn rabbit. You ain't gonna feed me no dang lettuce, and they don't even do salads right. Like you can do salads in many type of ways, and then most black families they gonna put a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I don't want it. I don't want no. If you gonna give me some mayo, please let it be vegan mayo. Like or something like did you make that sauce? I don't know. I'm just like I can do it like and then sometimes I don't want to do it so somebody else can do it. Like we used to rotate certain stuff and somehow I always most of the time ended up doing a lot of stuff and I ain't really care. Like that's my way of showing love for real. Like I enjoy pouring into those that I love in probably like intimate settings and sometimes we can go out and do all that. But I had to learn. I had to get to a place where I'm like, everybody that is here, all the energy that is here is meant to be here. And then it even went up even more sacred. Like, we all chose to be here at this moment. All of our schedules, all of our energy, all of like the world kind of like shifted on this different axis for everybody to be able to be here in this moment and let's enjoy that whatever that is like hey girl, hey, what's up with you? Like, let's talk, let's enjoy each other. We all adults. Usually it ain't no kids, but like, don't let that be a deterrent because I do got another room back there and I always kind of like wonder because like my house ain't kid friendly. I ain't got no kids, so I always be wondering if the kids gonna have fun, what they doing. I'm aware that oftentimes the parents, or especially the mamas, the newer mamas or the mamas, they be like, oh, they messing up. And it's like, yeah, they gonna tear that shit up. And ain't much back there for them to tear up. So, like, just bring them something and just put them on. They'll be all right. And, like, y'all know how I eat. So maybe they want to try something. I don't really be having a lot of juice because, like, my juice is going to be natural. I drink a lot of water, but like I like my water, so like somebody can bring some water. And even like I'll be like, I'm aware that I'm on the budget, and I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, hey, we got this thing where it's like I need somebody to bring the silverware or the paper, whatever, whoever it is, however it is at their house. Like, I don't really mind washing dishes. I like depending on when, cause I like most of the time I like try to clean up the kitchen while I go, cause I don't want. And then sometimes if we just like whatever, we out of here. But back in the day, like they used to be like, I'm out of here, deuces. Like I ain't cleaning up. Like I was invited. I came. I indulged. And me and my crew was leaving. Your house a mess. And sometimes I was like, I mean, but you know where everybody stood, so it was like, okay, like no matter what it is, I'm at this my house. I'm gonna have to clean it up. And then like people started staying and they started helping and I mean certain stuff I ain't really tripping about, even if it's like, damn, like okay. But then I'm like, hey, and then I just started buying shit that we could throw away sometimes. Like, and like now I'm just like, I don't want to do styrofoam because that ain't good for the environment. Like I could do paper. And I guess if it come down to it, I can have a damn bonfire and light the paper. Like the paper plates up. Like I ain't even got to put them in the trash. And then that way I can put it right back in the compost. Like if I had one, because my mind always be going into like how I can give back to the earth, how I can make less of an impact on the earth, like what I can really do to not. And like my biggest thing is that they say dog feces is poisonous to the environment, and it might be, I don't know, but I'm like, but when they out in the wild, what do? Like, I just hate that we have created so many breeds of dogs. I think it's so disrespectful, and it's not even just me, because clearly my mother Earth does not feel very happy about the dog species at all. Not the way that they have come, not the way that you guys have been playing around and like trying to manipulate the gene pools to get what y'all want. Not how we have taken such a creation and just like domesticated them and made them totally unnatural to everything that like nature is and that I created this planet to withhold and withstand. And also like as being the creator of life and having many creations, I do respect creation, and there are some things that I'm like I can see, and there are a lot of things that I'm just like, who told you to do that? Who told you to actually do that? Did you even decide like what that could do to any other thing before that? You decided on your own to like go out because you saw this beautiful animal in nature and you saw this beautiful animal in nature, and you, not me, the creators, not anything, not them, like you decided to some extent that you were going to create certain conditions to where they had to be together, and that like at their most vulnerable time, when they are the most vulnerable, when they really are feeling the most sexual, when they are doing what nature does, when it does what it does, when their awakenings are happening, when their mood is changing, when their hormones are coming into fruition, when it's time for them to mate and to find out like who deserves them and who willing to fight for them, and even if that is a species of another one, and he can come in and prove himself, or she can come in and prove herself, or they can prove themselves to each other despite what anybody else say, and put a stop to that shit. Like it don't matter, I chose you and you chose me, and like we over here and we gonna make it happen. And like automatically just on the atomic and the freaking systematic level and the chemistry and the metaphysical level of their unique bloodlines and structures and where they come from and their heritage and their ancestors, and what these two may have been able to create with their litter and their things, and like just these though, like, because for them to meet and have that attraction, then there are some things that needed to take place in nature, not from you deciding that you were going to pay attention to all of that and decide that you're going to put them now together in this one place to where they don't have many any other options when they're following what's naturally to them, but like let it be your option. And then sometimes you use very artificial means to get that going for them, to decide for them. And there are so many things that you have cut off from being simply for your convenience because you decided to do something that like really nobody told you to go tampering with. And then we have to adjust, and certain animals and insects and certain life must now cease to exist because you created another system in this planet that who told you. And even if it was supposed to ever be a thing, like who decided right then? Did you do that? Like you went in the basement and did that. And of course some things there is free will. There are some things that if you're going to do that and it has to follow through, then do you even understand? Most of the time you don't understand what you created, what you did, what you decided to sacrifice on so many different planes. And there's such a vital importance in in creation and knowing and systems and respect. And even I, Darian Shell, because I feel this energy and I'm like, I love you so much. I love me, I love you. And I know that there are things that I have done that are way out of order. And probably more so because it's me. And my mother's be like, absolutely not, child. Absolutely not. You do not feel that way ever. And the fact that like you feel that way is so precious and so beautiful and so special and so heartbreaking. And because I just want to shake you sometimes. Like, you are the eye of the storm. You are the storm. You are all of this that you say that you are, that you feel. And because you feel it, you just like, everybody has to feel some of it, right? Like, however that goes and is assigned out, like, because I feel it, it has to be felt. Like, that was put on me at some point in time, and I don't know, like, when it stops being, even though I keep trying to get out of it. It's like, what did I do at some point? What was taught to me? What was brought to me that, like, makes me feel like I always have to hold back somehow, like, even when I don't want to, even when I want to go inside of me and create the most chaotic situations for everybody and everything included. Oh, how I just want to, like, shake the earth and get retribution for everything that I see wrong, that, like, every injustice, every tear, every sense of pain, and even when information is brought to me, when it may be brought to me and it may feel like somebody was trying to be disrespectful or could have possibly been saying something to try to diminish me or hurt me, like, it can't be that, because who let you here in front of me, right next to me these days, after everything that I've gone through? Like, how could I have put you here with me if you were just not going to be the one that took the time to care for me and nurture me and protect me? How could I have fought for this for so long? How could I have withstood everything that has come my way? Every single pain, every single when they fucking talk about Jesus to me. Jesus, they talk about Jesus to me and tell me that I have to look at him and ask him, can I go to God? Like, they try to make it that, like, something he went through was, like, more detrimental or more uplifting or more powerful or more anything than me. You, like, God is right there, right here. You giving me all of this information and shit all the time that is telling me that, like, something outside of me is, like, the answer, and he won't just give it to me. Like, you looking at me and telling me this nigga is my father? This is what the father is supposed to represent? And now that I've been told this because I fucking put this shit on, because at some point I accepted it, I would follow this shit, even though I didn't want to, even though I didn't want to, just blow that fucking air, and then it's not even a person that I'm, like, giving to put the blame on. Like, even when it's a nigga in the sky, it's a nigga in the sky. Like, what? Where? Where's the niggas at in the sky? Where they coming on at? Where did the evolution of his ass stop at? Like, as now it's supposed to be my imagination. Like, I'm supposed to use my imagination to figure it out. That's what you telling me. But you saying that shit so Like, in your sky, this is what you see. Like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was the purpose of these niggas, like, having to introduce me to that nigga. That nigga, like, why was he so special in their world? They wanted to go show that nigga and share that nigga with everybody. Like, everybody, like, you the one? All these fucking examples that could have been taken from, all these books, all these ways of knowledge and information, all these damn systems, all these universes and shit that we could have, like, chosen anything to mimic and to give honor to and to sacrifice blood for and to just sacrifice our fucking women for. Or anything if you don't want to look at it as a sacrifice, like sacrilege. The fuck is you going up every week for then? What is the wafers for? You said it was for Jesus. That's what you said. So y'all think he went through all of that for y'all to fucking still be trying to get in line and take more of him every fucking week? Like, you gotta go and get something that represents his fucking skin and his... What the fuck these niggas done put in your system, and then you made me come over there and say, you gotta do this shit. Nigga, do y'all not know? Can y'all not see this shit? Like, absolutely not. Absolutely. I have been seeing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And I don't want to do this. I do not want to do it. And it is a reason why my ass is getting beat every fucking time I don't want to do something. Every time I ask a fucking question. What? I got hit so fucking hard. I got slapped so fucking hard in the mouth for talking back. What do you mean I'm talking back? I'm talking, and I don't agree with this because you don't like my tone. The fuck is the tone? If you don't like it, so fucking what? Like, why do you have to hit me for it? I get to say this. I get to say that I do not like any of this, that I got a question. And your best response to my question is to beat me up, to tell me that I don't ask questions about God. What? And then to tell me that I'm gonna go to hell. Well, what the fuck is this? What is this? Is something worse than this? Because, like, what did you just do? What did you do any different? So you telling me what's worse than this? It's gonna be some fire. When they got them played with matches, I done got burnt. Like, okay, I'm still here. Fire. Eternal fire. This shit is eternal fire. Because whenever you decide you want to fucking hit me, guess what? You gonna hit me. You don't need a fucking excuse. You gonna do it just because you can. Whether you gonna use your words, whether you gonna use your fucking fist, whether you gonna use your authority, whether you gonna use your size, whether you gonna use other people, whether you gonna use a weapon, whether you gonna use an excuse, whatever you want to use, the trash, nigga, you gonna use everything at your disposal to do damage to me. For what fucking reason? You didn't even want me. You said that. Why was it so imperative that I be over here then? And I'm like, I need to go take care of my sister because there's some fucking monsters out here. And the only way I know that she's safe is if I'm over there. And I don't know what it means when I'm not over there. And the best thing I could do and hope is that like somebody at least love her enough to protect her when I can't. Period. Period. I don't know what anything else is doing to her. And that goes to anybody that gotta watch it, cause why y'all gotta watch it? Y'all adults too, right? Y'all can't do nothing either. And I gotta sit back and look at all this shit that don't necessarily feel right or look right. And something that I may not have questioned later. He could took me in the neighborhood and all that shit make perfect sense. I don't even question it. It didn't even come a question that somebody that I already was having doubts about, that I always question, already questioned or second guessed, and could identify with some shit that shouldn't even be in. It wasn't a question for me to question whether or not he had did some shit himself. And whether that was why these niggas was like letting so much shit slide at that church. Now I gotta look around other members because can't nobody see this shit. It's always me though. I'm the problem. Oh, she tried to kiss my son when they was kids. Oh, she did this. Oh, she always been a problem. Oh, it's the reason why they was probably setting her up there. She was the demon. All this shit that I'm passed through my system that could have possibly got said about me. And if I say that if it's some right, it's some wrong, then if it got said, then it fucking probably got said some shit that went past my ear as a kid that I heard. Been hearing all kind of shit. I've been in like a fucking fog that I can't get out of. And even then, I'm like, damn, Nikki, are you fucking smoking too much? You gotta stop smoking because you don't want to become addicted. Because now that you don't want to smoke, and somebody probably excited about you being addicted, and it's probably somebody that you love or somebody got something to say because like, oh, but that shit she was saying back there, and I'm telling myself like, this is not the same. You seen some shit back there that was not acceptable when you didn't think so, and even in like just trying to express your concern, it was seen as judgment, and maybe I was judging. Maybe I possibly was because I see a lot of unsafe shit that's being done when people are intoxicated, including me, driving when I was drunk when I was younger. Like, that shit was dangerous. And I'm thankful that nothing ever happened to me. I was one fucking just, who knows, a millisecond away. And because I did some dumb shit. Like, I know that I should not be driving. And I'm just like, and when I realized I should not be driving, why didn't I pull over and go to sleep? Because I'm like, it's not safe. Well, like somebody was safe with my drunk ass on the road. And I'm grateful that I didn't hurt nobody. I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that I got that shit together real quick and decided, no, we don't do that. And tried to say, like, we don't do that multiple times. If you've been doing something, get a cab or now it's an Uber. Like, get a responsible driver. Like I try to be very responsible with how I intake anything that's going to alter my systems when I'm out, whenever. Like, and the most comfortable I feel being high is in a house. Mostly alone because you open up to other people energy, but I would not mind being around very small, short, like intimate settings, which is what I've done. So when I get a call when I'm out the country that like one of my close girls just lost her dude in a damn accident where it was a fucking driver, like careless driver, and she set up the situation and scenario so damn clear that I could see everything. I probably dreamt about it for her. Like, she was in pain because she finally found happiness in this fucking world again. And again, the fucking man that she was loving got killed. Just like the other one some years ago that she called and told me about. Like, I hear you. It ain't nothing I can do but be here when you call. And if you need me to come down, I can come down. Because that's what I do. That's what we do. Whatever anybody else say, like if Tiffany need Nikki, I'm there. I am there for her. Why wouldn't I be? Because whatever label I put into it, like, she got a piece of my heart. And them kids, I call my niece and nephew just like I do over here. And life is happening to us as black women. And as a black woman, I try to be the best person that I could be to every one of us. Because, nigga, y'all don't know how disrespectful it is for anybody to try to tell me, like, who the fuck I can be on any level because of any choice that I make with my mind, with my voice, with my fucking pussy, with my body, with my any of it. My mouth, my ears, like my perspective, like how dare y'all keep trying to take from me and yet tell me that like I can't keep anything for myself and give it out how I want to, and if I do it gotta be a label so disgusting attached to it with some foul ass energy that make me want to like, am I supposed to hurt? Am I supposed to feel bad about myself? Like, why would you say any of that to me? And like, are you trying to figure out how to say it? Why is it important for you to say it? And then sometimes it's like, but why is it even a big deal? Like, if I ain't like it, then that shit is my issue, right? Just like I say, if it is what it is, if it didn't pertain to you, then move along. And he's like, yeah, but if, yeah, and I do that. But do my sister think it pertain to her? Do my niece think it pertain to her? Because I'm trying to be the best that I can be, and I understand that even having them in mind is some shit that might pass through me, that might pass through their mamas, that like somebody might not understand something about. That like you might not mean that with our best intention, and I done seen what happened to women and men when like a man does not have necessarily the best intentions for a woman, and vice versa. Because like, if y'all want to get real, I done seen some of the shit that women can do, and so have y'all. When women want to do whatever they want to do, when they want to take the anger that they got bubbling up inside of them, like I do, and they want to do something different, because it's the women that looking at me like I'm weak, and I'm like, all right, whatever the fuck y'all got to say about anything, I'm right here right now, and I'm Darian Nichelle, and like I'm fucking strong as fuck. So if you think I'm weak, you need to be looking in the mirror and figure out why you think you weak. If you was to break down, and then if you not need to think about if everything that you carrying, you actually want to be carrying, you want to be living that way. And if you could live something different, if you was able to dream, if you allowed yourself to decide to feel like, damn, like, okay, what do I want to be? Because you better believe that there's some shit that I done got in my system that has been totally against anything that I believe about myself ever. That I ever thought about myself ever. And if it ever did cross my mind, I was so young that like I don't even really remember what it looks like, what it felt like, and what detriment it could have had or effect it could have had on me if I would have explored it a little longer. I remember I was probably like any other teenager. I did some shit, and then my and shit that I know that I did. No other teenagers around me were doing it except for the ones that was in there with me, and we lost touch pretty quickly. Like shit, you get in the system, you gonna be in the systems. You gotta figure out how you not gonna be in the system, or at some point they got you which systems you gonna actually be willing to go through. But ain't none of them you gonna really come out a winner for the most part. Very few of us come out of this bitch alive on the basic level, like living free how we want to. And then when you add more layers to that, when you add more dirt, when you fucking add more feces, when you add more punches, when you take away a little less stuff, like, what do you got? You got the illest, for realest niggas. locked up in the box. Was that what he said? You got the ills for realest niggas. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Or the great crabs in the barrel mentality, but like, who put the fucking crabs in the barrel? Because I done been on the oceans of Senegal, especially at nighttime on the beach, and I'm watching the crabs just live their damn life. And they was climbing up out of the sand. And I'm assuming that the reason that they was burying themselves in the sand during the day was to keep themselves protected. They was adding some protection for the traffic that was coming through. Like, I don't want to get smushed, and it's cool. I can dig around and play under here, and if I dig deep enough, I'm gonna hit the water anyway. Like, I'm just coming. It's the beach. Like, the water ain't too far down when you dig. I'm just gonna, and they crabs. They gonna be in the water. So like, at nighttime they coming up in the sand, and I'm like, whoa, y'all, okay. And like, eh. And they like, but you like to eat me though? And I'm kind of like, no, y'all too small. We wouldn't eat y'all. Like, y'all would have to be bigger, and then like, and y'all look a little bit different. Yeah, we sand crabs. Okay, I ain't never heard of y'all. I figured all y'all come in the sand. Like, I mean, not all of us. I mean, yeah, because the sand is in the ocean, so you gonna get some of us down there. Damn, she don't watch none of that stuff they be watching them kids. Let me see. Let me look around her. Oh no, she don't have no little people around her, so she probably ain't watch all those shows that they be coming here talking to us about, like SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, Mr. Crab. Oh, and just like, she way different. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She way different. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all feel that? Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. The way she tapped into that ocean about her niece. Ooh, wee. That girl said, if you think you about to touch her, she fucking belong to me, nigga. I don't know what you looking at, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of stuff when I'm looking at you, and you like, you the right type of nigga I don't like, and you looking at my knees like you think you about the shit that's coming out your mouth. Who the fuck is you talking to? This little black girl right here? Because I know you're not talking to me like that, because ain't nothing in you made you think that you had the authority to ever talk to me like that. So therefore, this young woman that's sitting right next to me, that's in this water next to me and behind me, like, I know you see that covering, and you ain't think that you could talk to her like that, because it never, ever, ever, ever crossed my mind that he was talking to me. And all that energy I felt that was going toward my damn knees, like, nigga, I will drown you right here in this damn water about this one. And now I'm seeing the shit clearly, because right now you already under there breathing for your fucking breath in your life. Right now, your big ass, like, and I don't care about nothing but your death right now. Like, you will not leave this bitch alive if you put your hands on her. And whatever you thinking, you better drown that right here in this water with you. You know, because, like, I don't know what you thought about, but she off limits, and you don't fucking talk about none of that stuff you saying is already coming out your mouth. Gone. Get out of here. Matter of fact, y'all, we was over here anyway. We gonna head this way. That fucking Frenchman said some shit to me when I was in Senegal. Who the fuck is you talking to, sir? Like, you don't talk to her like that. You don't talk to her like that at all. At all. Mm-hmm. And I just picture me drowning you. I just picture me putting you underneath this water in front of all these witnesses. I don't even care about that. So I didn't know if anybody could see what was happening in my head, but I kind of hoped they could, because, like, whatever you thinking, I'm about to drown you right here. And if we both go under together, we just go under. But you not coming up. If I gotta stay up under there to no well, you ain't coming back up here. Cause whatever you carrying is trifling. Ooh, that shit trifling. You will not ever a day in your life. So what we gonna do? And we walk out of there. Like, I don't know. Cause I don't know. I got this thing like there's a lot of shit that happen out here in this world. I'm aware of it, and I assume that most people are, because you see all the signs, and we see the stuff out there that is being told to us. We see the figures. I'm aware of it, a lot of them on certain levels, because I am one of them figures that be coming up like that. Like, for what? So yeah, my body being tuned to certain stuff, and that nigga gave me the creeps all the way. And I clocked and categorized some things that I didn't even realize I was doing. It happened so fast. And I couldn't see it, but no way that I could see it. Like, whatever it was, that woman was his wife, or however they seen it. I seen that as a possible trafficking situation or whatever situation that I've heard many things about. How foreigners like to go into these other countries and decide to take their women for anything, like that they wouldn't actually be able to get or have access to them, because sometimes they go into some of the poorest areas where they understand that like women will do for their families. I'm my family. Like, if I gotta do this and if I like it or not, like, you a means to an end. My kids gotta eat. And I might find a way to make it feel better to me. And some women can't do that. Like, because however anybody else think they could tell us about how sacred our body is, can't, some women like know way more than me, and it's sacred. And like, however they choose for that to be their protection, they choose for that to be their protection, and they can use that to try to help other people. And they don't nobody get to force nobody into nothing. Nothing. Because like, I think that everybody got a right piece of the puzzle if it works for them. And I think that it should work for them because it worked for them, not because like I had to make this work for me. Because if we supposed to be civilized, then let's be civilized. Like, we understand that we come from nature, and we understand that it's some balance, and we understand that we can create some situations. So why does one situation create it has to be that another doesn't get to be comfortable, that doesn't get to decide what they want to do without the outside influence of somebody else trying to force them into what they should do? And then make it a thing that I'm going to kill you if you don't do this. And it's like, but was it detrimental to my health or no? Like, was it more so because you didn't want your husband looking at me? Or what would happen if he look at me? Can he not keep him hands to himself if he looks at me? And then if no, then why is that a me problem and not his problem? And like, him not being able to put his hands to himself, like, is it because like I don't want him to, or he can't? Like, we should explore this. Like, why, if he want to put his hands on me, is it in a loving way? Do you think he's gonna cause harm to me? Because if you think he's gonna cause harm to me, then why are you with him? That means he should probably be executed or reassigned somewhere. Or like, no, why would you think he's gonna cause harm to me? What did he do? What do you think that he would do consciously? Like, what are you thinking that he would do? And are you thinking that because he did something to you, or somebody close to him did something to you, or somebody that you know about him did something to you? Like, let's explore this a little further, because like, I want it to be safe for my daughter, or somebody that if you not here, that rings like, if it's not true for you, it's okay. Like, for somebody. And like, because of that, it feels like I'm supposed to have a lot of responsibility about what I know or don't know. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do it as much as I can, and it will not be my responsibility to give all of my mother's milk to anybody, especially for free, and not intentionally. Like when I'm giving from what I assume to be my abundance, then that's just what it is. I'm giving from what I assume to be my abundance, and I'm hoping for more abundance and whatever. But and also like I'm going to do the best of what I can, and if I got to do it anyway, then I'm gonna try to have the most optimistic mindset as possible so that I can probably figure out a way to get into some other shit. Because if I'm just looking at all of the that shit, then that's like, what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that now? Dang, like I had looked at it like all this kind of way up until the end, and I had even did all this and made all this, and then as soon as I was like, all right, it's time for a level up, like I can do even better than this. Like, why was the damn and even had some keys to do it? Like, if none of those businesses was gonna come to fruition and none of this was gonna happen, like, all right, it just means that I need to get bigger, that I need to just try bigger, that I need to try another thing, that I need to maybe go under international because I already want to travel. Like, let me figure out, and I already got some philosophies and some deals and some things in mind that let me know that like, hey, a lot of times if you do good to people, people do good to you. Even if it's not those same people that you was doing good to, good is gonna come to you. And even the people at some point that you put in your life, in your circle, they was doing good to you at some reason, some way, especially in your face, or you wouldn't have been pouring into them the way that you was. So if it ever comes a time to where like y'all may not be sharing in the same frequency, in the same light, in the same love, on the same realm anymore in the same capacity to still love, that if I see you I can speak to you more, like, yeah, I don't, but it don't gotta be beef. It don't even have to be anything. It don't always have to be a conversation. It could just be sometimes that people move on, but when you make it a thing, they're like, because the way some people be saying stuff like, I don't gotta I don't gotta have no conversation with you. I did blah blah blah. And like that is true. But if you love somebody, wouldn't you have? And I do feel like I've tried to have many conversations over many years, and so I understand the balance that at sometimes it's just like, yeah, dude, this conversation really got to take place. Cause like I could go and even to try to process a lot of stuff and bring up a lot of stuff and say a lot of stuff, like even that in itself is bringing up a lot of times that like I have been okay or made myself feel okay with a lot of things that I really wasn't okay with, and I wasn't lying to nobody at the time. Like whatever I need in this moment, I need in this moment, and I'm feeling like you are the answer. And if you say that you not, then like, okay, what can I do in that moment but figure out now what that has to mean for me? And it doesn't have to mean this, and it doesn't have to mean that. It could just mean that like you ain't got it in you to give it to me that day. Like, shit, okay. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow, maybe I won't. And on some level, however I decepted that, like, and internalized it or not, like whatever I decided, like this was, oh, this was cool today, all right. Even if it's not, like, because I'm looking through this phone, it ain't even nobody that I want to call that's on this frequency, whatever this is, and I ain't never assuming that I went backwards, so I'm just gonna assume that, like, this is the right frequency that I need to be on to get where my next level is gonna be, whether it's with you or not. So I'm gonna ride this wave out because you got me second guessing some shit and asking questions and stumbling over some shit and some questions and some answers that like I ain't never thought about. I ain't never thought about. I ain't never asked myself. And matter of fact, ain't no woman ever said that shit to me. And if they did, it definitely wasn't the same way that you are. Like the boldness. Did you say some things, and even when it's so gentle though, like y'all thought that was y'all thought that was rough. Y'all thought that was mean. Y'all thought that was narcissistic or any of the stuff. Because if you are, when she started mentioning tarot, you know some stuff or anything that you know of that you know that like, and she only got basic knowledge of, but she be spitting that shit like she a pro. You like, the fuck school did she go to? Where did she go to school at? Cause Glenville. What do we know about Glenville? She say she from St. Clair. She say that shit proudly. However you think, like, yeah. But then at the same time, she be like, traveled the world on a St. Clair budget. Wrote a book about that. Then my girl was like, I think you might not. I think you might need to expand that. And even then, she like, nope, I don't. I might put something in there in the beginning, like the thanks, like that was my introduction. Let me tell you that St. Clair budget. Let me explain what that means, because I come from the ghetto. I come from the hood. I come from the, I ain't gonna call it a village, like a project. Yep, they call it a project over here. Like I done opened myself up to a whole bunch of history lessons that I can in these books just from me letting y'all know that like, hey, it looked pretty over here. And whatever you think I got, I ain't got it. Just like I told them when I went to South Africa, I was like, one of the first lessons. What y'all think about America as a black African kids? What's okay? Let me tell you, as a black American woman, what I think. I think that if y'all gonna come to our country, y'all better be smart and do it like the mothers be doing, and take the money and come back over here and set y'all people up. Mm-hmm. Please do. Like, set y'all villages up. Because whatever y'all think we balling with, baby, we ain't balling. And I know I'm over here telling you that. I'm sitting right in front of your face from America telling you that, like, my poor is your poor. And I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's not the same at all. I'm aware of that because I'm aware that I'm over here with you sitting in your face telling you that it's different. And I'm telling you that, like, I put in a lot of shit to get this, to get over here. And now that I'm over here, like, I'm maintaining it probably way different than you thought I would. Because that's what I can afford. Where you see me at over here? Volunteering, right? I'm working. I mean, I'm doing it my way, but like, and I already know a lot of stuff, like, whatever your mom in there doing, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing it. That ain't what I want. I ain't coming to do that. So, nope. Like, some of that stuff I ain't doing. I'm gonna do whatever it is that I think I can do, and I'm gonna talk, and I might help with some stuff, and I like to cook, and I'll get in. Where do you want me at? And if you want me to figure out some paperwork and stuff, I'll do it. But it's probably got to be in English because I don't know no other language. So that's one rule, one thing you need to go. A lot of Americans, even the Black Americans, we know English. And if you were in a certain school district and you got to go to school somewhere, like probably some of the same stuff over here, you're gonna learn the language of the land. Languages what your friends learning. Because one thing that I love about South Africa is that they are so tapped into so many of their tribes and cultures and lands and languages still. Like they just now get into some of the oldest languages in their land about to pass off. And that is so sad because I'm like, please say that somebody went over there and tapped into that. Please don't let that die out. But like I have been connected to people who know multiple languages in one area. And I'll be trying to keep up with their conversations. Like And I be trying to use everything. Like I gotta use body language, I gotta use tone, I gotta use like it's a rhythm. I gotta use the situational awareness. I gotta use whatever, and depending on what area I'm in, it's different. Cause the kids is kids. Like they got their own slang. They got the, but the kids is cool because a lot of times they know English from the music and stuff. They know a little bit, so it'll be like, all right, the kids. The women are, oh, and the women are always gonna be different. Women are different. We are so different, and like I see women different. I see women. I see different women. So when I'm talking to other women, and I be like, I don't always know where they coming from, even if I think I do. Like I'm always like, it's a different perspective. Like not to say what you saying is wrong, or I don't know. I might see some stuff in there that I don't agree with at all, and you probably know I don't, and whatever, it ain't really got to be a big deal. And I'm still gonna stand tall in what I am. Like you can't talk about other women to me, not like that. I don't really like that energy. Like, and I'm always gonna try to figure out like what could be helpful to somebody else, because some stuff like, no, don't talk about me like that for what reason? Like I don't really do it. And I think everybody got a point. Everybody point is valid. It's their life. Like, and that's just like who I am naturally. And it saddens me and pains me to know that like many people felt like I could have been better, but I knew that and I was striving for it. The best that I knew how, the best that I'm able to, the best that I got the capacity for, and trying to take bits and pieces of each type of knowledge and apply it here, and what I don't know and what don't resonate with me, that shit do not resonate. And if it resonate for the moment, it resonate for the moment. And the moment that my spirit say that does not resonate, that shit does not resonate. I'm gonna have to trust her. Cause that's regardless of what anybody else think was available or I didn't know. Cause I done processed through a lot of stuff that even could have been some stuff that I put on myself. But some stuff I'm like, ain't no way I ain't think of that. Like, oh, I ain't think of that at all. Not that way. Like, damn, that's what you were supposed to like. And the fact that that was a thought that somebody somewhere had some judgment for a whole lot of people that I did not have before then. And because I tapped into some things, like, or because I'm the messenger, it gotta come through me. And if it's coming through me, you know I gotta feel some of it. And I'm just like, damn, the witch trials. Like I've been really tapped into my witchiness side without even knowing that I was feeding a whole system of witches through me and didn't even know it. Because I went on a witch hunt for myself. And I don't even think I even knew it, man. The way these journeys come through is crazy. Cause I'm like, I was thirsting for witchy shit. But it was so natural. That's why I'm like, if you just follow the things that's naturally come up for you when you touch something, then like you really ain't gotta go searching. And when you are searching, it don't really feel like a search. And when I realize that if I ever feel like I'm searching for something, I normally kind of stop. Cause that I'm like, whatever information I got up to here is all I need to have. Cause now that it's becoming a conscious awareness, like it might be something else now. Like, and I gotta follow my intuition on that's like keep going. Cause like now I know that I'm somewhere close. Or if it's like, it's becoming. This could be becoming obsessive. This could be becoming way contradictory. Like, we might not want to go this far for us. Whatever is down there might be good for somebody else, but for wherever we at on this path, whatever it is that we need to know, be exposed to, like whatever it is for me, like my instincts is like that's it. And I'm like, all right, where we at next? Like where we at next? And for one, I was like, and I just my crew was cool because I just figured we was all together. Like when I said I wanted to go to Salem around Halloween, and I was like, no, I actually think I want to be there on Halloween. I think I want to go to Salem and I want to be there on Halloween. That's what's my spirit is guiding me to. The witch trials. And I think that was in like, I don't know, 2020, 2021. Because I was going to go. I was trying to figure out how to make it work in my mind. Like, because I only got so much money and I'm not about to work more for more money because that shit don't never do nothing but seem like it give you more work. Like, the just fucking math of that energy do not be adding up. So like I was trying to figure out how I was gonna be able to work, just just dog it out for like 2 months or something, just like 3 months. I was trying to think the max that I had and like how beneficial it was gonna be. Cause I'm like, I'm definitely leaving this country. Like, so if I'm gonna do it before I come back, it gotta be done over here. If I'm gonna do it after I come back, it gotta be done. But I'm gonna want to do that shit close. And then I was like, so then I was kind of like routing out like the trip to Salem. It was like, okay, so if we drive, how long it's gonna take? If we fly, like what's everybody budget look like, especially in this short period of time because Halloween is right here. Like, car really don't want to be sitting in the car that long with nobody. And I was like, if we do a road trip like with a couple different cars, everybody just know who car they gotta be in, who you gonna ride with on that long, and then we can stop at a hotel because that's kind of a long drive. I ain't really sure we could do it in a day. I mean, we probably could if different people wanted to drive, but we ain't care about camping in the car and like do really like how cranky would people start getting or like. So I was like trying to do all of that in my head, like is such and such driving, cause such and such ain't gonna drive, and I'm probably gonna be a driver, but I'll probably push that shit out cause I don't care if I get sleepy or tired at like hour 12, that's probably where to be where I'm just like, all right, I'm over it. Then like what, and not realizing that like some people when they mind they probably were like hour 12, you would just sit 12 hours in the car and do what? And I'm just like, well, we on the highway, it ain't nothing. Like when I'm by myself, I like to roll with the windows down. The wind is calming to me. Like sometimes I don't need nothing but like me and the wind, and I like the sound of it. And sometimes like it gotta be down, cause if it's just that little whistle, that shit get annoying. Like, and I don't got no sunroof, and even if I had a sunroof, I probably would still have the windows down. That's just something about that air. Even sometimes when it's cold outside, depending on how cold, I'll just have the heat on and then I have the window down. But it's something about that fresh air in the car. Like I don't want no damn air conditioned air nowhere for real in my house, in my car. Like I don't really need it. If I need it, then it's like I really, really need it. So that so I was just thinking about all that, and I was like, "Girl, I need this my music and stuff." And they ain't really got, we don't really got to talk. And then even who that actually works with when I'm in the car with, cause like some people need to talk. So even when I used to do my driving, when I thought about driving and trips and stuff, I think about all that. Like, who gonna just be quiet for the most part, or like kind of take my lead? And this dude I used to talk to back in the day, he taught me like, no, the co-pilot is essentially the co-pilot. And sometimes that's hard for me to remember because I'm like, is you sleep or whatever? Like, you ain't got to be up just because I'm up. And then I guess he was like, no, yes I do. Like, for some people, that's the rules of the road. Like, if I'm up, you got to be up. But I'll be thinking like, well, I don't really trust many people to drive me. I got PTSD in the car. Like, I don't really want to. So if I take a road trip, like, for me to go to sleep, who do I really trust that I'm gonna go to sleep in the car? Like, would it be restful for me? I don't know. And I feel like I have like once or twice, but I be kind of weary because people don't respect these cars. They want to be on their phone. And even sometimes I get caught up and I'm like trying to do a song and I'm like, Nikki, you driving, you know better. Like all that shit you talk, pull over. And sometimes I will pull over even if it's on the highway. Like if it's that important to me, let me slow my ass down enough on this damn highway. And even in that, like, see how long it took me because my mind be going on that road. I'd be looking at all kind of stuff. Like if somebody was to come up to me right now, then how am I gonna pull it back? Like what I'm gonna do? I don't really want you driving too close to me because like anything can happen. I need times, and then it could be snipers up somewhere, depending on what the United States done got in. Because I don't care what nobody think. Nigga, you ain't as safe as your next person. What makes you think that you that safe? Like, what makes us think that like all this shit that we done in the other countries and done and anything that make us safe? And I'm here too. Like, and I guess it's just different because I'm like, I guess we did it. And I don't went around trying to show a different side of me and us. And I'm one person. And even some of the stuff that I probably show people, they probably don't like it. They probably feel some kind of way. And I'm like, you entitled? Because I feel about a way about certain stuff too. Like I done seen some things that I don't like and agree with, and like It is what it is. Cause some stuff that they not gonna show in their home country, they show here over here. And like a lot of times, some of them be peeping into our media, seeing some stuff that they did not know. So like, it's the reason why some of these governments want to close down social media outlets, and mine is probably a great example. Giving people all kind of stuff to run with, cause who you think people looking at? You want to know something about the military? You gonna follow the military? And like, yeah, you talk about a black American. Like, we all got different views, and for one, it depends on what you want your agenda to be, who you want to talk to. Cause I'm like, this country ain't did shit for me, as a civilian, as a soldier, for real, and they don't ever want to take responsibility for the shit that they be doing, especially to the black soldiers. And we still gotta fight just as hard. If you're a woman, they be doing some crazy shit to women, even in the military. Like, what type of nigga is you? And the stories that we know that our grandparents and stuff in them hell, like, I don't have to be proud to be a part of this country because they shed our blood. Like, who said that was something to be proud of? Because I'm tired. Do I really believe that, like, anybody that I would have probably chosen to be in a situation or their family or connected to, any of the stories that people so supposedly proudly fight for or say they stand up against, or that's they fucking reference of the Bible, they holy grail, that they be so upset that they want to jump in front of when a young person say something like, what? What do you mean? Because I watch a couple interviews sometimes, and I do not like how them elderly people be talking to these young people, like, period. And I'm like, who don't talk to her like that? Like, don't talk to that girl like that at all. Do you even imagine what you could have done in that moment? And I don't know what y'all got going on, but as another opinion looking in here, because I don't have that same viewpoint of anything outside of like what I have, and I'm just like, what kind of teaching moment was that? I guess y'all could feel like it was a teaching moment, and in my world, like, that ain't the kind of teaching moment. Hey, where my kids at? That right there. I don't, I don't know how y'all can see that, but I ain't like it. And so, yeah, because my kids can address anybody. Why'd you have to be that harsh on her? Because she used your name. It's your name, right? Like, and the way you just went, it went all smiles and respectful to nothing. And I'm just like looking at this audience because you talking about what they think. No, I don't care what they think. Like, but it is them. If we want to bring in those people, like, oh, I don't know, what did they think? Because what the fuck was that energy? Absolutely not. Why would you do that? I didn't like it. I ain't like it, and I ain't care about what nobody had to say, and I still feel the same way. I don't like it. And I don't have to. And I'm like, some of the struggles that like people want to attach some of the credentials, some of the, because I'll be like, when people say that like this is they person, like, what was you looking at? What part of it was so admirable to you? What part of it is that you fighting to hold on to, and that you make sure that people respect and understand and value enough to where with somebody like, all right, that's cool, and that ain't got nothing to do with me for real, or I don't understand it, or I don't think it's as valuable as you do, and that's fine if it's fine. Like, it don't really have to not be fine when you see yourself standing outside that book, outside of the Bible, or whatever it is, like whatever it is you hold. Do you start to look while some people hold close to what they hold close to? Because like, if you have to question me and tell me something different, then like, who do I stand as a man, a person, or anything? Like, what other ways can I see them or their struggle or anything, and how tightly fixed on anything I am, and like even the things I would be willing to do, and then like, damn, am I the man that I thought I was, and are they the men that I thought they were, and like, what did a lot of things mean? A lot of things that I thought was acceptable or whatever, like, was it? And then even like, did I know anything that I thought I knew? Because like people do have different things, and if some stuff got out, why were they now the ones that got to pay for it? Like on any end, like if we had an agreement, then like who said that we didn't? Like now did something change for you, and what that could mean for me? Once your damn conscience start kicking in, because people think my conscience start kicking in. That's what happened. I'm like, I always had a conscience. That's why I said shit, because I always had a conscience. I don't know how anybody thought that what it was supposed to mean. It mean like my conscience is clear of whatever the hell I'm doing. I don't know. And then when I asked the question, like if it wasn't clear, if it shouldn't be clear, or just want to know how you feel so we can figure out how to proceed. Because I don't know everything. With anything, I try to be real clear. Whether I don't know, is that a I don't know what that means because is my clear not clear? Is it too clear? Am I supposed to be prettier? Shit, I'm beautiful. And now when I see my beauty, I'm like, that's because my insides is all beautiful. Yeah, even though we shoot, I eat well. I try to really maintain my body and pay attention. I even test myself occasionally just to make sure to see if something is off balance. Hell, like if I'm gonna have somebody else taste me, why wouldn't I taste me? I need to figure out what's going on, even if I don't know what it means. But I'll be like, if I taste a little whatever, like shit, let me taste and see. I don't know. I gotta taste it first to see what I should be tasting like on the regular, and if some is tasting off, I might want to try to figure out what it is tasting down there, because I'm like, that's close, that's God. You gonna tell me a whole lot of what's going on? Let me taste. Shit. I feel like my book got out. Cause why did I just? I went in there and started running that water, and that's exactly what came out. Like, you just quoting girl talk to their asses. Like, I'm in the middle of writing a book. I can't tell y'all the name. Well, I told y'all one part of the name, but yeah, well, I was at the end of it. I was waiting on a couple chapters, and then I was trying to figure out everything with the marketing and everything all at once. But I be saying all kind of shit, be all kind of stuff going on in my mind. And I said I wanted to have a podcast. I wanted to have a podcast with me and my girls, and we was gonna be and it was gonna be called Restore, Restoration. And I was even trying to figure out how to make that happen. Like I was breaking down the studio time, like the cameras, and if we was away, how we could still set it up to where we would be together, like still even if it was like online, like we all set it up, and like even then if somebody would just host, like I had the whole setup, like because people, I mean shit, my friends be funny. That's why I used to be like, if it's them, it gotta be me, my crybaby. I've been crying though, cause I'm like, no, it was y'all. It was them. It wasn't me. I guess it was reflections of me, but yeah, I have expressed many times that I was not okay with my friendships and being really understanding. Like, shit, everybody busy. Everybody want to do something, and people don't want to do nothing. And I want to travel. I don't have any children, and I would love to have children. I would love to have a family. I would love that. Love me and my man to be able to actually, if I probably could just close my eyes and make a wish, I would probably love, because there's so many options. There's so much life to be able to live in so many different worlds. And like, I want to travel. And like, I don't want that to be exhausting to my man. Not for real. I want him to have a sense of adventure, for him to be ready to be a kid. And when I was on my online connection, like, it felt like that. Like, I'm here, we going through a lot of shit, a lot of seasons, and I will walk away, but whatever reason, I always come back, because like we said we was gonna do this back then, and it's okay if it does not end up with you, because if you have made some decisions back there that you know wasn't right, and you know by now that I deserve better, then you gonna help me get better, because you know in your heart of hearts that everything I said was true, and I always wanted better for you, even if it wasn't me, because if I said it for me, then I said it for you. And I was never gonna ever do anything to try to change you or purposefully hurt you or like take you off your game or anything. And I was trying to really pour into you just because like I believed in you. And if I was gonna be your wife, that meant that like I was gonna believe in you. Period. Whatever it was. Like it was moments like, hey, this do not resonate with me. Not the man that I know you, not the man that like you supposed to be to me. Whatever you just said out your mouth, that couldn't, and whatever this energy is, like that hurt my feelings, and it had the potential to, and like, nah, the person that you supposed to be, that we decided that we could possibly be, you wouldn't be doing that. That this wouldn't even be a thing. So I need you to figure out what that could have been and maybe do something different, because I definitely don't deserve this, and I keep telling you that like I am a whole garden, I'm a plant, you need to water me and you're not watering me. This is not watering me enough, or you giving me like a little sprinkle, like what is that, I don't know. And for whatever reason that wasn't, shouldn't be a thing, like that damn R. Kelly sprinkle bus came like video, like somebody could have been trying to use my gifts against me, and like trying to get back at me for like some of the views that I had of male celebrities, and thinking like I couldn't like black men, or taking like everything that I said and using it against me in a different perspective just because I didn't support them and see something their way. Like on one or multiple things, when I didn't even know anybody was paying attention to my social media to that extent, because like why would I don't get paid for that shit. It's not barely affecting my physical life, and even if it is, like shit is life. Like social media, I'm probably treat it like I treat anything else in my life. However, decide to treat it. Like the fuck, and I can't even really see nothing tangible coming from it. Like don't nothing be coming into my mailbox from it, and even if it did, like would I really alter who I am as a person? And probably not, because that's what the fuck is supposed to be, an extension of me. Whatever I decide I want to share or not share, like. And most times I don't really feel like I want to share anything. I got pictures of me, but I don't really even like. I got selfies. Ooh, I got selfies. And whatever caption I put underneath it is still a selfie. And sometimes I might do a full body picture. And like, I ain't shy or afraid. Not really. I didn't really think I was. I guess like I don't know. I'm just me. And like it wasn't that I didn't prefer the attention. Like I like to scope out the room. I don't have to be the center of attention. I'm me. Like I'm Nikki J. I'm Darian Michelle. Like I don't really have to go out my way to be too much of anything. If I'm comfortable, I'm gonna be comfortable. If I'm not, I'm not. And I prefer a lot of intimacy, a lot of intimate moments, a lot of. I just prefer to be chill, no matter what it is. Even if I'm the center of attention, I guess sometimes I can be like. Even sometimes when I'm with my closest, like when all eyes get on me, I'm like, all right, what I'm supposed to be saying. Like I had a whole speech, and now I don't. And like I forgot because y'all so damn cute. Hold on, wait, like whatever it is, like I had a whole thing I was gonna say. Then when I got here now in the moment, like I don't know. Let me see. Let me figure out. I feel like I need to go with the flow, but the flow has been all messed up. There's been so much happening. And I got discombobulated and like, all right, and we started late and just so much didn't go as expected and I paid for a certain amount of time and I did this and like I don't know. I'm trying to just like let it be a flow, but I don't know who got the vision, who got the memo, who got the what part is gonna be what, and this is important, and just all right. Like I be having so many things when I plan stuff going through my head, and it just be like that. Like that was for my photo shoot that I did for my clothing line. Like I knew kind of sort of. I knew I was my book was almost done. I knew I was probably gonna do another book release. I knew that I didn't know what the thing was gonna be, but it was gonna be around women. And then like I got this whole big thing that I want to do surrounding women and events and but for real, like I wanted to reflect me without even really having to do anything but let it reflect me. Like I ain't really gonna me just who I am naturally. Like I'm probably not gonna make a big hoopla about it. I'm gonna try to do it as best as I can, but I always wanted it to be very, very um special and very realistic and authentic, and I want people's to like go where they go. Like it's a tribe for everybody, and I be feeling like if us women get it together, it's a tribe for us. Like you got your tribe, whatever that may be, because there's some stuff that I'm just not interested in, and I'm probably very boring to a lot of people, and that's cool. Cause like I don't really believe in tearing other women down for real. Like, and I know sometimes my words can be yeah, and I say a lot of stuff away from anybody, or I try to. If I gotta say something harsh, I try not to say that out to that person out in the world because we are fragile. Like when sometimes when I get mad, I try to have what I say be in a very encased place to where it really is just me getting something out so my words can marinate through me first and that whatever I put out there, it be something that I might want to receive back. Like in the purest intention when I come to somebody. And like never really thinking that that first one would come back and bite me. But if it does, it's kind of okay because what I said to that person, that meant that like that's what I felt they could handle. And if it come back to bite me, that meant that like that shit would have should never got to them. I'm glad that it hit me then. Like I put it out here so that like whatever I was gonna say originally, I wouldn't be able to handle what got out or whatever. Like here, you can have this part of me, and I'm gonna take whatever this was down here, even if it would have should have been meant for you. Like I'm gonna keep it down here because I don't really want to break you down. Even when I do, like, but before that shit, I rarely wanted to break another woman down. Not for real. Like, I don't have to break you down for what? I don't have to be around you if I'm just gonna break you down. At the end, it's just like also understanding how women can be, and I don't like it. Like, I have to know my boundaries too, because sometimes it's easy to start just saying stuff when you in an environment in which it's like always there. And I'm like, it's times where I say something where I'm like, I don't even care about this. This has nothing to do with me. Or like, I'm tired of trying to get people to see it better, even though like I guess I kind of don't have to. But like, why? I feel like I do, and I feel like I'm in some stuff that like I really don't even want to be a part of or don't understand. And like now I feel like I'm giving like half advice or half information, and like I really don't even. Why is this important? To be doing anything to call their names because if we have to like I can like I can say some shit and that shit can be very hurtful and probably sometimes to the wrong person or about the wrong person and sometimes I don't even know that it came out like that like and shit I seen some shit in my life that you probably don't understand and sometimes I say some words or I say some stuff that is like and it came out of nowhere, and I don't even think to apologize because, like, based off of what you said and however that shit was getting to you, how you came in here giving that energy because I wasn't even there, based off of the shit I done seen and experienced, and based off of this and what I could apply to or what I got out of it. Yeah. based off of everything I see, I can see where that came from, man. I can see that, like, you probably one of them. The markers are there. Now, whether or not it resonate or fit, then it resonate or fit. Like, I don't know. But it never that I shouldn't have said it, because I probably wouldn't have said it if it wouldn't have came. Like, I'm just throwing shit back as it came to me. I don't know what the hell going on. I just got everything that I'm feeling in here based off this energy. Whoop. This is where I'm at. And it could have been a whole bunch of other stuff. And if it wasn't, then just ignore it. I ignore a whole lot of shit. Why? Because that shit don't matter to me. Like, what is it gonna do to my paycheck? What is it gonna do to my life? What is it going to be beneficial to where I'm trying to go? What I want to do or anything? Because I don't really want no jobs. So, like, I ain't really trying to line up a future of jobs, of working for myself, or like, I ain't really trying to. I'm living life. I'm doing exactly what I said I want to do. Live. That's what I've been doing. Living life the best of my ability. And if you got me, I'm probably here for a short time, not a long time. And even when I get with my person, I hope we ain't got to be in one place for a long time. Even when my kids go to school, shit. I ain't been with that many men as an adult. Like, I told the ex, I want to be able to travel for extended periods of time. Even during the school year. I don't give a fuck about these people's schools. My kids will be traveling. The world is their school. I'm their school. You their school. Whatever environment we put them in, we're gonna school them. And we can give them all kind of lessons without them having to go through the school of the hard knocks like I went through, or probably you went through. Because, like, I didn't even realize it was going to take a certain type of man to be able to understand me, because I don't be feeling like this shit that complicated. It makes sense to me. Like, shit, what kind of freedom you got? How morals you got? What you believe in? And if you believe this shit fucked up, then, like, why we gotta be in it? Voluntarily, contractually, like, and if we still gotta be in it because we connected to stuff, like, how far in it we gotta be? How far away we gotta be? Like, if this how they just gonna whack and that's what they gonna settle for, then I can't save every damn body. You can't either. I've been trying. So, like, if this is what everybody gonna do, then get me up out of here. And even if they want to do something different, like, I am tired. I still need a break now. Get me up out of here. So, do we take off while the iron is hot? Or we just take off running? Alright, we can do both, but out of here. So I need somebody that can run a fucking business remotely. Thanks, Turner. He let me know that was a thing. I mean, I already knew, but he was talking about some other stuff, and I was just like, he definitely got to be on my team. My best guy friend anyway. Why wouldn't he be? You already let me know. Do you want to be on my team? You want to work remotely, and because you want to travel too, and you want both. You can see another part of the dream way before, like, we was both dreaming, just it was a little different, but we always connect. He was talking about be his bartender on his boat. And I'm like, what? You ain't about to put me to work. But I did think about when I first got my bartending license, I thought about going to work on a boat so that I could travel. And I looked into all the qualifications and everything, all the training, whatever I needed. And I thought that would be so cool. And then later in life, I met one of the girls at the gym that did just that. And she was a cook. I think she was a cook on the boat. And I thought about, and that brought it back. Because I had thought about that when I first started bartending. Like, I always been trying to figure out how to have a traveling job. When I was going to go to the school to be a nurse, RN, it was a traveling job. I dropped that though. First time when I was in college, we started clinicals. Nope, I think I had like 3 semesters, that 2. We started them clinicals. I was working in the nursing home. Oh shit. Found out they had a shingles outbreak. I immediately had to be like, shingles. I don't think I ever had chickenpox. I did get the chickenpox vaccine. It's documented. Got it when I was older. But look that shit up quick. Like, so I could possibly still get shingles. And even though they say you don't get it till you older, I don't even know. And then that means more about the chickenpox vaccine, how even that can just like sit in your system. Like, so what did you get it for? What did you give me a vaccine for then? When like if I would have just had chickenpox like normal, but like some people are immune because I never had chickenpox, so I might have never gotten chickenpox. So then I was like, so I can get shingles. So I looked into all that and I was like, nope, don't want to do this shit. Like I don't work in none of this at all. Babies. While we on the subject, I came in here because I wanted to work in the NICU. That's it. I volunteered in the NICU when I was a teenager at University Hospital. Like, babies. That's where I want to go. But what I'm going to have to do to go be a NICU natal nurse? I want to be a neonatal nurse. She was like, oh, we don't have like where you could just go in and be a neonatal nurse. Like you gotta, I mean, you gonna be on the doctor if it get blood. But that was like, so there's no clear path. Like it's a baby. Oh no, baby, I'm out of here. Like I'm a germaphobe for real. I don't even the hospital germy as hell. Like I want the babies. You say I can't work with the babies? Oh, all right. I'm out. And I quit. I mean, I finished that semester and some other shit was happening. It was just real easy to go. And I remember my dad was like, you need to stay. And I was like, I don't. I ain't about to be doing shit I don't like or I'm miserable doing. Like, even if it's nursing, they get paid a lot. I was gonna be a traveling nurse. I had planned that all out. I was always gonna travel. Even when I got my social work degree, I was like, traveling social work. Joined the group on Facebook. Traveling black social workers. Check. Let me travel. I need to go check them out. Back to school to get a degree was because they was hiring for positions abroad. I was like, oh, okay. Yep. Just get my degree. And somebody gonna pay me to get up out of here just because I got my degree here. And I'm like, all the degrees in the world, I went for social work because I had way too many credits, but nothing toward one degree because I didn't go to college for a degree. I went to college for classes, for education. A degree was just part of the stipulations to get them to pay for it. That's what they said. And so then I tried to go into different things, like still took a bunch of classes. It was like, all right, maybe I can get a massage therapist certificate. Don't really need that. Because really I just want to do massages on my person. Or I'm always go up. Like, or I can do a sports massage and then I can have like celebrity entertainer clients. That means I can keep the list very close, very old. So it was always like how the way I could do my shit my own on a higher level. And have more freedom because wasn't nobody gonna take up all my time. So I think I was like, LeBron would need a massage therapist and this. I think I went through the basketball roster in my head. Like, boom. Okay. That would be cool. That's what I would do. Then decided like I need to go to school for massage therapy. Well, one of my girls did later, and then business. I was like, well, I was gonna do a double major. I think I was gonna do business and marketing or like nonprofit. I was just trying to figure out like how I was gonna do that. Because at one point I thought about I really wanted to learn American Sign Language, and I was learning. It was really hard for me, difficult for me to pick up another language. I was like, all right, I need to really be in the environment. So I was like really trying with the sign language, and then it made me think like, because I had thought about going to school to be a no, not pathologist, speech pathologist. And so I was gonna like do my sign language and um speech pathology, like figuring out the different majors, and then I was like, then I could work with the kids, and then we could incorporate music. Like I kind of remember thinking about like all of that, and then like, but it was like I couldn't never quite catch the um the sign language. Like while I was learning languages, trying to learn languages, it was it never connects. Like whatever it was that I needed for it to get here, it just never connected for me. It felt like it wasn't. Like I never really felt like I was doing better because a lot some of them kids was getting stuff. Like when I was in Spanish, they used to be like, and I'm like, no. And then like Arabic, I was like trying to learn the rules, and like she would be working with me, but then like she was gone when I was in college. Like we used to catch the bus together, me and her, we would talk and everything. And I think like her family came for like holiday. Maybe it was like her husband, because I was also learning about like polygamy and her background and things like that. Like we were exchanging cultural information, and I know like we were on the bus, and like maybe her brother or somebody. I thought it was her husband or brother. It was a couple of them. We were on the bus and they were paying attention, and we were talking, and I don't know what I was saying to her, and then like I don't know if it was like an awkward moment or something. And then like I had a moment where I was like speaking to her brother or something, but it felt like we were kind of transported to like a, now that I'm thinking about it, it felt like I was like transported, like I was kind of living throughout something in their hometown, but like brought in like what I was learning or reading from midnight at the same time or something. It was like so much happening in that cultural at that moment, and trying to tap into the language, and then with her telling me like that like the way they speak, like they speak with their throat and we speak with our tongue, and she was pretty much like trying to get me to say my sounds like grr, like when he was trying to use my throat, and it was like it's so cool. And then like even me going over like the Arabic language, and like, and then for a minute I was like really into Arabian music. Like that's kind of what I was listening to put myself to sleep. And it's so sensual, it's so soft. Even like, even though I can't necessarily understand Arabic, just like reading the words, and then like learning how they just read in the opposite direction, and just listening to the sounds, and I don't know, like the language, it just feels very very sacred, very, the language, and like even the feel of what I feel like it's supposed to feel like the love that I think is supposed to come from that is so soft and quiet and like the wind, but also so, oh, I can't even articulate what it feels like that is supposed to be, that often get so lost through so much other stuff. So much other stuff. But like, it's not my practices. But like when I think of like the Quran or Arabic or because it's not the there is a certain gentleness that comes with like the concept of God to them. And it's so sad that like that is mixed with so much other stuff. So much other stuff that is so heartbreaking and sad. And with so many languages, so many sacred languages dying, so many stories of Victor dying, and the ones that kind of stay here to live. It's like, why did you get in and like seep through so much and cause so much harm and chaos and destruction and take some of us so far off our path to being one consciousness, one heartbeat, one voice, one sound, one word, one vessel, one everything. Like, oh, we are so far from that. And yet, in some moments, I feel like I'm so connected to so many of you that I do not want to be connected to anymore. And it doesn't necessarily mean that anything or everything was bad, but something happened that I can't articulate or explain and shook my whole entire world, and the help that anybody tried to offer did not seem viable or what was helpful at all. At all. And I'm like, why didn't I seem helpful? And why did I feel so bad for saying that it's not helpful to me? And if it's helpful to you, then good. You take it. You take it. And you live with it. If you want to, but you don't even have to. Because I have lived with a lot. And I didn't want to. I should have had to. And now that I'm falling apart from the weight of it all, I don't even know what to do with it. And there's still so many things that I feel like I have to worry about. And I don't have to worry about unless I am making or something that really isn't anything or everything. Why should I have to feel like or worry about if I'm hurting somebody's feelings and don't have any friends or something if I already didn't have them? Like, or if I did and it wasn't good enough, like, why am I hurting? The thought that like I should have never been okay with it. Then there was a time in my world where like if I would have said no sooner, any of the things that I thought that I was missing out on or would have happened anyway. That like it should maybe be liberating that my baby came to me and said, "You were on the right track, Ma." Cause I know you getting messages and maybe questioning every choice that you made just because of the nature of how this world works and everything is working against you right now to keep you from letting go and to keep going and maybe to trip you up. Cause like I gotta be close to something. And then on this other side, and even though I just kind of go to bed sometimes, like, you know, it's okay if you don't wake me up tomorrow, right? And like, who do I gotta tell that to make it get across that if I do not wake up, it's okay. It's okay. Because what is it for that I'm waking up? Was my heartbeat keeping alive for another day? And do I even care? Because will I even benefit for it or from it? Who am I sacrificing for today? Or yesterday or the day before? When I wake up, is this even the life that I want? The world that I want? And I still say that I want to have kids, and I'm like, but they can't be in this world. So what does that even mean? But every time I see somebody bringing in a baby, I guess like their world could be fine and perfect. I don't know. And if it is, like, it's cool for them. But I still don't want it. So does it mean that like everything that I thought I wanted wasn't attainable because I didn't go a certain direction? Because I didn't want to contribute to a certain what? Belief? A certain reality that somebody else wanted me to have about them or me or what any longer? Because I finally said, forget it. And if I need to burn the bridge all the way down and burn it down then, so I can remind myself that like I deserve better no matter what comes across. For however, and if this is what better looks like in this moment, then okay. It's what better is. Because the better was me looking at eviction for what? Talking, for sending emails, for trying to have better, for anybody that lived around me, even if I was the only one that saw it, or even if I was the only one that considered the fact that, like, just maybe everybody else may not know that it's the problem, or if they might not have the energy to call or do anything or know that it's even an option. But since I know, now I can use it and help us all. If I can, like, because you notice it because we having conversations about it sometimes. And even if you don't notice it, I notice it to want better for you. Even if some shit have changed and it's like I'm the only one that don't see it. I know it ain't the same clients, the elderly, but it might be like just because somebody don't look elderly on the outside don't mean they ain't old on the inside or still elder got some issues. Because what does it even mean if they elderly? Like it just means that you should be a little bit more gentle and careful with them. They might slip and fall, but that might be for anybody. Is where they call home at, is where they paying you to sleep at, where they paying to be safe, whatever you think, because you ain't from over here. Because you don't value them? Because you don't think they special? Would you think your parent was special? Would you want them to be able to be okay? Do you care if they slip on the ice? Because some of y'all don't. And that's whatever it is. That's between you and your parent. Well, if somebody didn't know, these ones ain't do nothing to me. So, like, they need to be safe when they walk up the damn pavement. Whatever anybody else did or didn't do. Like, I don't care who live here. It just so happened that when it was owned by blacks, whatever was happening back there, we felt it not that hard up here, in my opinion, from what I had access to. And even when we felt it, it probably wasn't they fault. Like some shit went down, just like some stuff ain't y'all fault, and some stuff is. I feel like ever since I started fighting for like shit to be all right around this apartment complex, shit just got worse for me. Like niggas wanted to teach me lessons or like something. Like that's how that shit was feeling like it was coming across. Like trying to threaten me no matter who I put on the email. And if it's like, I'm not threatening you, like, what does it mean? Because that's what it sounds like to me. I don't even know nothing different. You ain't had no conversation. I don't know. Because I've tried to come in and have a couple conversations, at least to me. Try to start off real nice and professional, even no matter what was being said to me about anybody. Like, I tried to be nice about it. Because I understood it coming in, like, I understand change and difference and some stuff I don't have to. It's not my job. Like I don't want the job. I didn't apply for it, and what probably wasn't the job anyway for anybody around here. So they brought in whoever they brought in for whatever reason. I didn't even care. It's dangerous for our lights to not be working at night. Like you know where we live at. I know it might look nice over here, but if you go too far in any direction, especially what's on the news, like stuff can be happening, and then like this parking lot should probably be lit up for anybody coming in and out at night. People work, and this is right on the parking lot, and people cars was been getting hit into like since y'all been here, like, and y'all always saying y'all don't have no evidence or nothing, like whatever. Like why wouldn't the lights be on to keep it secure? Are the cameras working? Because y'all say they working whenever they came in here and asked for a lot of damn evidence that like who was getting into their cars and busting their car windows in and doing a bunch of stuff that like they could have something to take to the police department or something. And everybody making stuff hard, but y'all making it hard for. And then I just got back. Like I was here, then I was gone, then I was here, then I was gone, and like it's still my apartment, and I come back and some stuff still the same. Some stuff is still the same. Why is it the same or worse? Like, and y'all keep telling me people won't work, but will you people? What you mean they won't work? Is they will if you pay them. If there's something that they do and they trained in, I'm pretty sure they can come in real quick. Y'all ain't trying to pay them or something. Like I don't know what y'all talking about. Whatever y'all trying to do, like it's not working, and I'm not about to pay for it over here as a tenant. And you steady talking about more money. The audacity. I don't care if it's not coming out my direct pocket. Like I don't know yet. I ain't signing nothing because I didn't ask for some stuff too and y'all ain't did it. So I ain't doing it. And I guess it is what it is. Like, how much do it cost for you to get a light bulb and change out the light bulbs or do whatever? Like, how much do it cost for you to do some drywall? How much? I don't know. But like, if you can't do what I'm giving you already, then like I don't know. And some of the stuff might be as simple as a damn call to the city just to tell them like the lights are out. I know I did it. I called them twice. So then I'm gonna ask and then I'm gonna call back and whatever stuff. Cause to me it don't even seem like you decided to be you decided you wanted to be a landlord, and it got way more responsibility than just getting that money, even though it sounds wonderful with people who live in places. Like, they come with people. We people. We people. And depending on where you at, you got some of the lowest people, but you still decided to get your real estate up over there. And I get it. Like, how bad do you think it is, and what was you hoping to happen when you put a house over there? Like, and you knew the area, and if you didn't know the area, maybe you should have been working with somebody from the area so y'all could put some stuff into place for some stuff. Because that's what happened when you go and just start buying up property in other people's areas on your own. You can cause a lot of havoc and a lot of everything, or you can create an environment to where everybody gotta win. Why we just marking territories the wrong way? Like, what is we doing? Just like these fucking dogs, everybody breeding, just marking, just mark, mark, mark. Just mark the territory. But what are you gonna do with that marker? What you doing with it? You gonna go in and make stuff so inaccessible for the people? Is that what? Are you going in to tell them what they can have, but like what you think that they should work hard to get? Cause why do we gotta make it work harder for anybody? Why can't we transition or whatever energy we got, whatever we got to give at this point? Why can't we transition that shit into something magical and give it to each other instead of start spending so much on so much other stuff? Like, I don't even know. And it's like, I guess me first jump off the bridge. Well, shit, I was doing it. So if to jump any further, if I have to go any further than where I've been, whether it's gonna be on my own with anybody, like, I guess I had to get rid of a lot of fucking shit that was holding on to me that I didn't even know was holding on to me through so many different channels in so many ways. Cause I'm like, hey, this is what I've been able to do with this. Like, y'all gave me that shit back there. And back there I got that, and back there I got that. And like, I've been going through stuff so fast and processing the best way that I know how up until there. And even did some other magical shit on my own, like just dropping magical bombs along the whole fucking way. And it's as easy as breathing to me most days. And like, that shit got over here, and I'm like, it is more to explore. You mean I can tell me I can do better than this? Like, cause even when I'm right here and I done been gone for 10 months off of this, like, I should be getting better. I should be having a whole lot better. But I'm thankful, like, I did this. I did this. Here, me. I'm here. Me. I made it here. I did. On my own. I did it based off of however I was gonna do it. I did it. Everything that everybody, you need to work harder. No, you need to do this. What you got move? What you got energy for today, Nikki? What can you do today? What the fuck can we get past today? This is the goal, Nikki. This is the new goal. We gotta get out of here, okay? We need to get out of here. I'm gonna need a long time. This time I need more time to recover. That was good. Oh, okay. So that time I came off. We went about 2 weeks, almost 2 months. This is what I experienced with this one. Okay, all right. You got to get back out of here. You got to get back out of here now. Like, you came in, you went to Panama. That was cool. That was a cool vibe. Looking online, I'm like, okay. So even though that's good, that's gonna get me like a week. If I take that same money and put it over here, and then just try to add to it every month, that can at least get, if I get it down here, that can give me a month somewhere. If I get it over here and add to it, that can get me a month over here and add a little bit. And then if I go over here, because if I just start off at my basic stuff that I need, so I got this, I know that like for me to be comfortable, it need to be this. Like, okay, so boom. Where can I go where that can be a thing? And like, let me look at the visa requirements so I can see how long I can stay there under this visa. Like, that's legal. So boom, boom. Let me hit up the state websites to see who the hell is, what the requirements is, like, period. So these are the places that I'm interested in. Okay, I'm interested in these, so let me hit up the state website. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see first, COVID is a big thing. What are they saying about COVID? Can I even come to your country? And then what do you need? Like, cause I'm not doing that. And like, if you don't want me there, I don't want to be there. So boom, We can knock that stuff off. You've been telling me I can't come over there forever. And now, when I can come, I gotta try to remember some of y'all, because now I gotta decide if I want to come. When y'all said that I couldn't come because, like, y'all gonna want our money because we healthy. So, yeah. And you over here, I've been wanting to come to you for a long time, but I'm gonna see how I can get around you. And if I can, because, like, if you just saying you don't want me over there, that's cool. That's a whole country over there. And that's sad because I really wanted to go over there. But I'm gonna have to figure out, like, why y'all thought it was that important to tell me that I couldn't come. And then you at the restaurant, oh, I was really excited about that during COVID, and your shit is still, nope, I ain't going over there. Let me see. What was you saying? And y'all, I don't go up there anyway. And, like, yeah, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not doing none of that. But now that the aftermath, I remember, and, like, some of y'all can chalk it. I ain't coming over there. Like, I ain't supporting y'all. No, I'm still me. I'm still me. I ain't doing it. Like, I ain't doing it. And, like, yeah. Anyhow, so, like, I go on the state stuff. I go on the state site. I check up the COVID stuff. And then I'm like, all right, well, what vaccination? What are you saying that I need? Why are you telling me that I need it? What's supposed to be the purpose? Like, what is it supposed to protect? Okay, so now let me do research on this, because if you say if I'm gonna get this, well, so most of the stuff is actually just foodborne, most of it. So just be a little bit careful with what you eating, but you should do that anyway. We got some of the same issues over here. If you ain't right, like, if you ain't do right, you don't do right. Your body gonna make you pay for it. So what we got? Malaria, mosquitoes, and, like, what can happen, and could that be, and all right, I'm follow the trail of what it is for me, because, like, no, I ain't add no other stuff. I don't want to add nothing else to my body. Like, I'm very aware that I want to have children, whatever that is, and I'm very aware that, like, I need to be careful what I'm putting in my body at any point in time, and anything is going to leave some residue. So if I don't want no residue or nothing, then what I'm gonna do? Figure out where I can go. I'm comfortable with going. Cause I ain't gonna go against your system, cause you don't want me over there, and then I get over there and it's probably something that I don't want to be a part of, cause you told me that you ain't want me to come. So I ain't gotta try to make I don't gotta try to make it fit for me. No, I'm gonna go where I want it, where they saying come as you are. And then, like, some places I thought I couldn't go, and I did a double back, and I actually can go there, and I'm like, oh, okay, so got it. And then my rule of thumb is that for me, I want to be close to the equator. I want to be closer to the sun. I want to be by the ocean. Like, all this kind of stuff matter to me. I want to be comfortable. I love going to the village or whatever, and, like, there's certain things that, like, I would do, and certain things that I haven't known that, like, respected me to do, like, I had to do, because I look at that too. And, like, if I become cool with a local and they like, hey, they could tell me, and, like, I ain't always good at context clues on certain stuff. Like, I ain't good at it, and so, yeah, um, I don't mind doing stuff. I would do some things. And, like, as tourists, I know you get forgiven for a lot of things, and it ain't even me going in like they gonna forgive me anyway. It's just normally, like, this probably what I got, and I don't really be having a lot of extra money, because if it come down to clothes or me staying another day or two, like, I'm gonna pick the time. If it come down to clothes or food, I'm gonna pick the food. Like, clothes ain't really a big thing for me to be. Yeah, so that could be a thing too. Like, and I wear what I wear. Like, I got my wardrobe in my closet. That's what it is. And I might pick up something, and, with the intent, like, oh, I'm gonna be a little bit more flyer, depending on how much time it take. Like, but, like, I done did a lot of great things, and I'm like, I can have a lot of steam in me because I asked for a lot of stuff, and I expect to happen. And I said that I wanted it. I said that before, that you was gonna attach it to this man, and maybe you might, like, cause if he gonna come paying me a handsome dowry, cause he know what I done been through, and I've been taking notes back there, like, dowry. Yeah, but I already knew about that from when I was learning Hebrew, and, studying the Jewish cultures, and practicing the, holy days and things like that. Like, Yeah, I learned about the dowry system and I ran that through my systems and how that could look. And even at the time, I was like, oh, so that means that any guy that I get with, try to got like everything that I was putting, I was like applying it to my life and possibly attaching it to whoever I was dealing with at the time. If if I was actually dealing with him or if I just had a crush with him at that time, it was like passing notes through the mail, through the inbox, through the astral realm, just through thought, like all that. And like, I mean, life has been cool. My life hasn't been. I mean, it's been a lot, and it's been cool because I made it cool. And I met some dope people and had some amazing conversations and have really did a lot of stuff. And it's like, do I want to go backwards though? I don't. I don't want to go backwards at all. I only want to go forward. I don't want to go backwards to collect nothing because I'm like, if I left it there, if I got to a place where I left it there, then I left it there. And whatever I can imagine that could be back there, uh, nah, that's so big. No, like I want what's up here that can be even bigger. Because I said that oftentimes when I ask for something, like this is what I can see based off what I have now. And if it's something better from what I can't see, like if I can open up the door and all the things that I don't even know to ask for, that I don't even know to pray for, that I don't even want to know to experience, that like I can't even allow myself to feel could be a possibility in this moment because I don't even know that it's a thing, even though I want it to be like somewhere along the world. In my world, I loved hugging. I loved cuddling. I loved watching like movies at certain times. I may not have always been like a TV person, but like I wanted a theater room. I thought that would be cool. And then I used to think about like, ooh, we get the kids in the neighborhood and we can have like a theater outside. And like when I'll be scrolling social media, like I love the stuff where the kids like outside. And I'm like, I don't know how creative I want to be. Like, you know, because some of the mamas, they be making, I could see me being that person, but I'm like, no, I want some stuff that's kind of gonna be like maybe I can just buy it, like, you know, and being even me being who I am, like I'm a label reader. I want like the best for everything because it got to be the air. It's gonna have to be what they cook. Like I went out and tried to buy all new cooking wear and stuff. Like I don't play about my body, like and everything I done went through. If I get when I get to that place, like my body, my kids, my man. Like it's been some things that I've been anyway. Like if I'm interested in your ass, I'm probably sliding some fruits and shit your way, the best way that I can. Some health tips. Like I might probably be saying like, hey, and I got a specific body type that I like. Like it's something about a damn physique of a man. Like oh, I love black men. I love black women too. Like I love me some black women. Probably like black men love us, just different in my way. Like shit, you can't tell me nothing about a black woman, although you could tell me many things about a black woman. But I'm a black woman and I'm complex and I be feeling all their asses even when like I don't want to feel them or if I don't understand it because there's some shit I be doing like going through like you did that? Why would you do that? What was the that made sense to you? That shit belong on TV. I never even thought that some of the stuff that they was telling me belonged on TV, even though we could have had our own TV shows and shit. Like, and I probably imagined it for real, like us, like different girls in my city, cause we be doing some shit, Cleveland. And I'm just talking about the girls that I tune into. I mean, I know it's other girls and stuff, but I just be like, hey, we done been through some shit. We done some shit. We done explored some shit. We done had some shit. And now I'm learning that the fact that and how we might be telling on each other and shit, like, even before this, like, because the fact that any of them was my friend could have meant something. And, like, the fact that I was friends with any of them could have won something. Because I just said the same thing, but just said it differently. And, like, if somebody wanted to find out something about me, they would ask them. And I'm like, no, they can't, because I don't tell my friends' business, not on purpose. Because even when them little boys was trying to be cool, come cool with me on WhatsApp to find out about my niece, boy, I'm not telling you nothing. Like, hello, how you doing? And if you want to talk to my niece, if she wanted to talk to you, she would answer her phone. Like, I peeped the game. No, don't do that. Like, you can't spy on my niece through me. What type of aunt you thought I was? I ain't telling you nothing. Like, if she ignoring your ass, she ignoring you. But how you doing? I remember you, little boy. Like, no, I pretty ain't trying to tell. And if I'm telling, then like, I don't know. And like, shit, they women. We all know. I feel like we can do whatever the hell we want to do. Everybody can. They adults. What you gonna spend your time doing? Cause I seen Felipe wrote a message on, we share, I think it, because he be sharing relationship stuff, or I don't know what he be doing over there and some of that stuff. I'll be like, they said that. Somebody asked that. Let me, psh. And then sometimes I don't be knowing. Sometimes I'll be like, is you talking to me? Like, some earlier than this, some of this shit sounded real personal. Like, why are you talking to you, Nikki? I don't know. But whoever got something to say, like, boom, this is what I think. I don't even know how it was coming out, man. My ass was so emotional. If that what emotional was, because that ain't what I would have attributed to emotional. It was like my ass was so chaotic, so lit up, so sensitive, so I don't know, them first couple months, because all this shit went by in the blur to me. Everything seemed sped up, slowed down, no matter what. Dark, light, so colorful. Like, I'm like, what is happening? Even now, I'm still talking.